And for the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the USN. We're continuing our coverage here of the East Coast Open qualifiers for Week 2 of Stage 2. I've got Veli here with me on the desk. We're heading into our final matchup now. It's SSG going up against Attempt Number.
So, for those of you that are like, oh, Space Station, they're gonna run through them. I want to remind you what happened last week. An upset happened. A team named Parallax. I've never heard of them in my life. Bunch of nobodies. They beat a professional team. And yeah, I love it when the underdog wins, but I also love when Space Station wins, so I'm conflicted right now. So with that being said, we're going to have a great game coming up.
Very good story there, Veli. Yeah, we're going to be jumping into this matchup in just a second. We can take a look at the rosters before we get into the matchup, though. And first off is going to be Attempt Number, who we saw before, the highlights from that matchup. Obviously, Carlito, who in a lot of rounds just went off, getting like 3 to 4 kills consecutively, back-to-back. Lemon also showed up quite a bit as well, so do not underestimate those two players. A lot of clutch potential, a lot of playmaking potential to be coming to them, especially from Carlito, who seems to be able to do stuff on command. Yeah,
this team, they were definitely standouts, but Carlito was the absolute man, and you guys already know who they are. If you're just tuning in, Space Station Gaming won 7-2 against Rise Nation. They're going to be behind Bosco and Rampy, Thinking, Nate Shala, and the newcomer, Fultz. He's been fitting in well, and Space Station has been coming along ever since the team change. This is a team we expected, and you know what? They're tired of losing. They want to make it to LAN. They're ready to put this game to bed.
Yep, not going to make it to LAN tonight, unfortunately. It's only the first step in a bit of a 2 or 3 step process here. They'll go into the conference closed qualifier in just a few weeks' time, and at that point they'll face off against all of the other winners from the East Coast shows. Over the past 4 weeks it will have been at that point, and then if they make it through that bracket, then they'll make it to LAN. But it's time for the map veto and see which map we ended up going down towards. Best of one, so no need to, do stuff with the formalities. Let's just get out of the way. It's going to be Villa we're jumping on to.
This is the first time we've cast where we've had 3 maps that were absolutely different, and I absolutely love it. Going to Villa, listen, it's going to be great. It's a fun game. Excuse me, fun map to play, fun map to spectate, and a fun map to cast. So
yeah.
I'm ready for the game.
Well, you've heard enough about what we think of this matchup, so now it's time to hear what you guys at home thought. Let's see what the community thought of this game, and, well, that one makes sense this time compared to the last one. 89% of you going over towards SSG, only 11% thinking that Attempt Number is going to be able to close this one out. So we'll see if that holds true.
For a meme, they should have had a tie option. Just cause. No, but this is it. This is it. Space Station, they fought hard to get to this point, and also Attempted Numbers. Everybody's counting them out right now. You saw the numbers, 89% going towards SSG. This is it, man. When you have nothing to lose and everything to prove, that's when you play at your best.
Back against the wall, time to make an impression, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to see if those guys can do it. Attempt Number, like we said before, stepped up to the plate, and they said themselves and most of them do have a good amount of experience, some even in Pro League, if I recall correctly.
Benji.
So this is not a team of players that's just stepping up. A lot of them have been around for a good amount of time. So they should have the experience to take on a team like Space Station Gaming, but does the team have the cohesion necessary to get past what we were seeing from SSG before on Border, which looked very, very strong. It took down Rise 7-2. So now it's time to see if Attempt Number can beat that.
Well, first
even upset it.
Gotta go ahead and take a look at the ban faith.
What is going on in the chat?
No, you.
I saw a know you, and also a you know. So we missed something, clearly. Very important. Maverick, interestingly enough, going to get banned out first, which on Villa...
Hey, did Bosco not have sound last game?
I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting development, to be honest. That was the case.
All right, second one's going to be Lion, of course. He's going to go ahead and get banned along with Maverick. Makes sense. Both of the bans. I mean, both of the characters are pretty, extremely useful on attack. But now, on the defensive side, let's take a look and see who Attempt is going to go ahead and take out the game.
Meanwhile, Flack is asking for a handicap. He just asked Bosco to take his sound out again.
God bless those few.
Mira will be the third ban, which again lines pretty well for this map, and then Echo being the final ban, so we should see a decent amount of Maestro play.
Yep, and hashtag humble attempt hashtag. Ready to go ahead and hashtag beat Space Station Gaming, so that's it. That's the end of the ban phase. Space Station Gaming, they will start on defense. Aside that, they did extremely well on last time we saw them play, losing only 2 rounds, while Rise Nation was on attack. IQ is going to go ahead and get picked up, but we won't see... No, we will see a Legion, and we won't see an Echo because he's currently banned. So she's going to be valuable, but Prompt is going to use her, just, her slaying ability, of course.
And IQ specifically is going to still bring a lot to the table when it comes to spotting out like Gumons and things of that nature. Maybe even getting early vision onto Evil Eyes. Also, Dokkaebi going to be 6-picked into this away from their hard breach.
Okay.
So no hard breach against Aviator Games, which is totally workable, to be fair.
You don't need a hard breacher on this map really like that. Not on this site.
Yeah, not on this site necessarily. It does make it harder, but yeah, it's by no means a necessity on this site.
All right, so let's see if the attack is going to pay off, especially with Dokkaebi going to be in play. The Capital play is going to be interesting. We've seen strategies where IQ will go down low, especially with Capital, and they'll look up, shoot boats in, and IQ will go ahead and catch people on their camera, get some kills. You've seen it before. I want to see how Attempt is going to go ahead and attack this way. Unlike the team that they went against in the first game, pretty different looks that were thrown. I'm pretty sure we're going to see just all meta here. Both of these teams know how to play at an extremely high level, and they're the best at it. So with the Evil Eye going down, taking a look down 90 hallway, we're going to see Shala utilizing Maestro. The out of 5.56, definitely going to put in a lot of work. And here we go. We haven't seen a lot of the R4C, but we've seen a lot of the G36C, especially with the ACOG site.
Yeah, that's why it's got the ACOG on it.
Yeah.
A lot of players still prefer that. We still see players using the R4C, obviously if they're non-ACOG, but it's not going to be the... What are you doing, Carlito? Calm down.
Okay.
We need to, talk about this game before you go crazy.
Getting loose. Carlito getting a 2K now, getting a 3K. The headshot basketball.
What's Fultz doing? Hold on.
What is Fultz doing? What is happening? This is Fultz against Carlito.
Somehow this is gone for Carlito getting a 3K, Default's getting a 3K. Now Carlito's alone in a 1v2, which he could very likely clutch given the position of the last two players. He does have a pinch coming out against those. He's got to be careful of that. Carlito going to try to push to the inside of here through landing. He's going to get smoked out. Has to wrap back through 90.
It's not even under 2 minutes yet.
Still got drones in place too, so we can actually get some really good intel here. Not spawning him. He's not getting pushed either, so he's safe to drone right now. There we go. Oh no, didn't get a spot on either one of them, so that drone should be dead. Yep.
That was a gunfire we heard.
We actually didn't really get any intel out of that, which is a bit unfortunate.
This is going to be a Carlito currently. Aiming towards builders, through the walls. So now the audio cues are visionary cue. You're going to see the tracers going through the walls. So they know exactly where Carlito is, but playing patient. That's what Space Station Gaming currently going to do. Carlito's able to get a 3K. Let's see if he can go ahead and get the ace. He faked the plant. The Space Station, they're not going to peek. Pros don't fake, but Carlito isn't a pro right now. Earning. Yeah, one of the stun grenades on the EDS. He's still trying to get a shot, but stepping on the goo mine. Gunfire is going to hit his feet, and yeah, Carlito is looking grim for him currently.
Oh, finds the feet of one of them, though. Brings it into a 1v1. There's the quad kill. Will take out the sticker, and now leaves it down. Just a little bit of HP left in this one. This will be such an impressive clutch from Carlito. He can get it done. He's got a minute to play with, too. Essentially infinite time.
There's no shot. He's going to get
the
ace.
Here, though. Oh, no.
No. He's looking in the wrong area.
Bad intel. Should be corrected now.
Barely. Shots went right to his left. Carlito gets the ace. Attempt number. Come out the gate swinging. Carlito is on fire already. He was the standout player. Game number one. Getting, I believe, 15, 18 kills. Comes into round number one against Space Station Gaming. Gets the ace. Great effort by Fultz, who was able to get the 3K with a shotgun on the other side of the site. Excuse me, I'm blown away right now. But Carlito, he won an insane situation. Wow.
What a crazy round overall.
Everybody, there was like 6 deaths within the first, 40 seconds?
Not even like 4. I mean, there were 6 deaths in like 5 seconds. So we just had people dropping off like flies all of a sudden. 2 different fights started. We had the 90 fight that involved Carlito, and then Fultz's fight, which I think was happening right by the office door leading into the inside. So yeah, I mean, look at this scoreboard right
RCU, we know how many kills Carlito has.
5-0 in the first round. Just want to accentuate it a little bit there.
Carlito, he put out his belt and just spanked everybody on Space Station. That was bullying. He's a bully. Wow.
It's toxic.
Yeah, him being that good is toxic. You're right. Jeez.
Smurfing in USA.
Back. Carlito, if you hear this, teach me. I would pay you for lessons. If I could be half the man you are. Whew.
Honestly, a lot of that's just like raw confidence as far as
It was confidence, and just he knew he was gonna win those gunfights confidently. Like, you know, he was the aggressor in the 1v2. Obviously, he had to because time was against him. But with the little bit of health that he had, and the the tiny amount of intel that was on his side, he still put out on top. Wow. All right. Let's see what happens. Round number 2.
Initially, of course, we're going to see the push work its way inside of Master Bedroom. There is going to be play on the same site this time, of course, for Spacestation, since they came so close to winning the first attempt on Aviator Games. No reason not to try it the second time around.
Moving it slowly, Carlito still on Ash G360. Still holding on to that ACOG side. He doesn't want to relinquish that at all by switching to the R4C. But a little bit of droning going on, trying to gather some intel for himself. We see somebody on the default camera, and we also saw the outlines of 2 players in the hallway. Bashala, he's going to go ahead and get the first blood, taking Flak out the game. So, Nomad, the roam denial, is going to be taken out immediately.
Nades about to work their way in here too, or trying to prime them, but just not lining up the opportunity for it, so Carlito's still going to have to keep his watch out. He's cleared things out around 90, though, for the rest of his teammates. Lemon also picking up the first response for attempt number on this round. So he's going to be able to take out Shala. Finds the trade from the earlier pickup. Now they're stuck, though, in 90. They've got control here. They do have Hibana in the lineup this time, so they should be able to work their way to the inside of the vault, or obviously open up another wall if that's their intended destination.
Slowly but surely jumping down the hatch, utilizing Buck and Skeleton Keys. Prompt is going to go ahead and go on a long little rotation. But still playing it slower, way slower than the last round. We have everybody on the temp trying to find a way. You had a verticality in play with Buck, Benji, able to take out Thinking Aid. So Legion's off the board. All right, the air jab has been dispatched as well. Under a minute left. And slowly but surely, Carlito is continuing on with his hot hand. Now currently 6-0.
So many kills for him already, just in such a short amount of time. Going to see if he can keep it going. He's going to pop open a lot of the floorboards here as they try to push their way into the site for a second time now. Should have the capability to go for it if they want to right now, but obviously still being a little bit cautious. Still got that extra 20 seconds to play with it before they are forced to put the plant onto the ground in the smoke. Still sitting directly behind the bar inside of games is going to be a huge problem for them too if they don't deal with him first. Here's the attempt to get the plant. He's going to try to stop the smoke. We're going down. Won't work out. In fact, Bosco would just straight up pick off Lamon. The smoke wasn't even really required. He's going to push through it. He catches him in the midst of trying to throw out a C4. So down he goes. They can box out the player behind the bar, and there you go, Carlito. Now up, I think, to 8-0 if 2 rounds played.
No, he has to be stopped. He has to be stopped.
It's time to stop.
Yeah, Carlito and name a better duo. Carlito and Ash.
Can we get the score right here real quick just to confirm it's 8? Or actually, well, I don't think
it's.
Yeah, no, we can.
No.
8-0. Jeez.
He
For his KPR now is 4. Jesus.
Carlito.
I know it's only 2, but still.
Well, their moms are watching. Okay? Lycan is sitting back in his chair like, yo, this Carlito dude. Like, I hope a storm hits his home.
Stop. He's already
Stop
dead.
his electricity. Stop. He has to be stopped somehow. If this was happening on land, I'd get up and turn this computer off. Like, this is just unfair.
Right, everybody on SSG is reenacting the scene from Breaking Bad. Can't
Right?
keep getting away with this.
So, hey, just put it in context, in just 2 rounds, Carlito has more kills than everybody on Spacestation Gaming. Boom. All right.
The question is, how long can he keep this going? And the answer is probably he can keep this going.
And it's
because he did it in the last map.
Yes, it's not like, this is like a heat check. This is like, okay, this is Carlito's day. This is his night right now. He did it the first map. He waited an hour for this game. I don't know if he warmed up, sat down, watched the gameplay, but I mean, his shot is on. He's that guy. He's that guy. But let's jump right into the action. Attempt number 2-0 up against Spacestation Gaming, one of the Titans in the bracket so far. They had a 7-2 win against Rise Nation, but as we see, attempt is an entirely different animal. Shooting down. A little bit of soft destruction in the walls. Barricades. Prompted is going to go ahead and move in. Steady has been barricaded off, and hey, it does its job. You break down these doors, the audio cues are going to come through, and Space Station will know exactly where you're at. But also, it's going to slow you down a little bit.
This is the other interesting aspect of this play, is like how long does SSG keep attempting aviator games? After this round is when you start to get a little bit concerned about it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're getting further apart. This is more of a one-sided round, the second attempt for attempt number. So see if it continues to build up that way. Either way, once again, attempt number at the gates very early on. The self-flash not necessarily going to help things, but
he's the only man that can stop himself.
This doesn't hurt things either as they're getting ready to push in here now. Not a whole lot of intel, at least from a man point of view here. So they are going to push in relatively blind as far as I can see. Working their way in, thinking they'd be able to clip off one of them from out inside of the landing hallway. Going to try. Oh, they just walked right into his spray. What are they doing? Thinking gets a triple. Fultz knocks out Benji, and that's it. We're all on Flak at this point.
That's it. He finally died. And Flak, this is his moment. It's time to shine. We've seen it before with his teammate. But donning Nomad, air jab goes out. Pretty sure he's going to shoot a second one, but no. Fultz is going to peek out with the SMG-11, and it's going to be a flawless round. Space Station Gaming picks up their first win, down 1-2 against attempt numbers. So you called it out, and I feel like it's important to bring it up. There was no intel on that push. It was like a cocky push. Carlito, he lean walked in with one of his teammates, thinking they'd got the first pick. Next thing you know, Carlito and that teammate he was holding hands with, walking out of steady, they run straight into thinking they'd spray. Once that happened, Fultz came in and ended the round. Great play all around, and just the timing was perfect for SSG.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what happened with the attempt number, whether it was like a miscommunication or something else happened, was why they both tried to push that. And as far as I can tell, neither of them actually looked at him in the hallway. Maybe they just thought they could make it past it in time or something like that, but clearly a pretty crucial mistake there made by attempt number, and that's going to throw the round right into Space Station's court.
All right, so let's see if this is a heat check. And that Carlitos in that 8-1.
KPR is only like 3 now, so not as impressive anymore. It's going down really quick.
But still, this has been, we've been given a treat by USN. The games that we've had, with TSM that we saw, I believe when they were 9-2 Dream Team, when you and Stokes casted them. This game is, the matchups that we're getting are just so entertaining. This is so fun. I couldn't ask for, a better game to commentate for. But here we go. Space Station Gaming, 3 more seconds left in the preparation phase, and they see if they have what it takes to go ahead and tie it up. We're going to see Rampy on post. We've seen him on post before, and he's really great on post. He put Rampy on the map by himself to where he could gather intel and make a difference. That's what he does. That's what makes him so dynamic as a player. You can depend on him to run around the map and really be a difference maker. And you see a player. He's going to get droned out. If the drone wasn't there, Rampy was going right in for the early kill.
Because you don't, obviously for those of you guys who might be newer to Siege, you don't really see any downstairs play on this map, but Carlito getting gamed on there by Bosco. Didn't even realize where he was by the end of the frag. So that's a pretty big kill, obviously, to find early on for SSG.
I mean, you look at the bright side of things, Carlito doesn't get a kill for the rest of the game. He's done getting a kill.
He's just going to be like target frag for the rest of the game now.
Right.
All the cameras just like, find Carlito and kill him now. Do not let him into the building.
But you know what? When you keep up that type of gameplay, that level of gameplay, is really hard to be consistent with it, and he's proven me wrong by, doing it. So hats off to him, even though he's died early. But Flat is going to go ahead and take out Thinking 8.
So after, of course, he was able to go running out on the balcony, picking up another kill for himself. So SSG still has the +1 man advantage at this point. Benji, nearly had a chance to take out, I believe it was the Bandit rotating back to the inside of the site. So I'm going to have to once again try to push the study door, because they do, oh man, that Bandit keeps walking right by Benji. That's the second time now he's had a chance to grab him. And he finally gets it. There you go, 3rd time's the charm, quite literally in this case. Lines up the shot on Bosco, says bye-bye to him, and we're in a 3v3 now.
Yeah, Benji's been on the big stage before, and he's not afraid to challenge those type of fights, but Rampy is still alive, yet being the first person to be droned out after the preparation phase ended. He's still making a difference, still calling out numbers, and I'm waiting for him to get that vital C4 kill. Yeah, here goes a long rotation. He knows exactly what he's doing. I want to see if this flank is actually going to be big. No, he's going to run right into Prompted if he makes the right turn. But Prompted's going to go ahead and get that grenade kill, taking out Shala, lessening him in the left and running through the toxic smoke. He's ready for action, and behind the bar, Benji is going to catch Fultz, getting the headshot, and there goes The C4 kill I was talking about, Rampy, being valuable. He sees yet another heartbeat. And with that intel being given to his team, no, he's by himself. Excuse me, the diffuser's going down. It's going to be all up to Rampy in a 1v2.
He's going to try to take a safe route, wrap over towards the red stairs once again, see if he can work his way up here, and then try to push back in. But he just walks right into a lineup from Flak, so attempt number, bring it back on their own regard. They're able to pick up this round, and we will indeed see another one.
I apologize for the slip-up, but that happened because the kills and the playstyle coming into this matchup is coming so fast. It's not something that we're used to seeing all the time. This is an explosive matchup between these two teams. And, hey, we have one hell of a game ahead of us. Attempt numbers currently up 3-1 against Spacestation Gaming. Rampy was all by his lonesome, and he was unable to clutch it up. Let's see if attempt numbers can go ahead and, hey, keep that drive alive.
SSG are finally giving up on Aviator Games in the meantime here. They tried to go back to it after finally winning a site. I think it was Statue Trophy they actually won for themselves. But besides that, the attempt to go back to Aviator Games, once again, just doesn't work. It's just not a site they can really play into against attempt number right now. So they're going to head down to Kitchen instead for one of the last rounds of the half for them.
All right. 3-1, Spacestation Gaming. Behind by 2, Carlito. Starting off the game, 8-0.
Still hasn't gotten a frag since that second round, but
8-0. But still, yes. 8-0, that's just insane.
He used up all of his all of his juice on the
first two rounds. Yeah, the first round. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I mean, you missed it. You missed amazing gameplay. Carlito getting an ace. After that, he gets a 3K. After that, he was one of the first kills for the next 2 rounds in a row. Spacestation Gaming doing a great job slowing him down, but, you know, they didn't expect Benji to come out swinging as well. So, I mean, that's the great thing. Usually when we watch teams play where they're frag heavy up top, it's kind of like, okay, if this guy dies, this team has no hope. But when Carlito went down, the player that really picked it up has been Benji. Benji has been a phenomenal, aggressive player. And with that type of gameplay, if he continues on that way, along with Carlito, along with the rest of his team, playing great as a unit, firing off on all cylinders, the upset is believable. It's believable.
That's the reason why we shouldn't believe it, given the current scoreline as well here. But again, the big test here for attempt number was also going to be the attacking side. That was the much further weaker side that we had on the first match, and that certainly hasn't been the case here. So
aggressive pushes still. Not a lot of droning, depending on raw skill and just quick aim. That's dangerous. There's not going to be anybody in front of him, but, you know, keep that in mind if he happens to be a first death again. Or early death again. But now he's waiting for his teammate, and then I'm sure now the drones are going to start coming into play.
He's going to wait for more players to push up to the top with him. Good thing, too. Prompted. Gets himself into a fight just around the corner here. Let's try and take more over by Statue. Bosco able to swing out again. It's Carlito just picked off so early on in the round. Unfortunately, not going to be able to close out that fight, and once again, he won't be able to help his team as a result of that. He keeps getting targeted and knocked out early in the round.
So once again, it's going to be the first to go down for his team. Pretty unfortunate, but the drone play coming in the site and working their way there is pretty much like they're going on blind faith. You know, they're just working on, they're praying that their peaks are going to work out in their favor in that SSG. But in this case, Spacestation Gaming, they're going to be up in numbers, and we're now underneath the 1 minute and 30-second mark.
Tossing EMP grenade.
EMP going to work its way in here. Hopefully attempt number can start their push off of it. Not finding that confidence to go for it just as of yet. Benji's got to be a little bit careful, though. He's got a player just below him next to that wall. I'm not sure if he realizes it yet or not. Either way, thinking Nade getting ready to potentially make a push there as well. Doesn't commit to it.
He hears him.
Still just playing slowly on it, though. Same as Rampy. Holds the downstairs, red stairs angle. Benji gonna be able to strike next. That actually finds Thinking Nade. Takes him out. Bosco, however, trades it right back up to a double. Picked up both kills in the round. Now Faults finds the third. Unfortunately for attempt number, this is starting to fall apart relatively quickly. Although Flag just got some good intel. Might be able to get a kill off that in a few seconds.
The patience didn't pay off for Thinking Nade, but it definitely paid off for the rest of his teammates, and Faults has been on fire ever since Carlito cooled down. And with Flag looking in towards sight, and he's checking his corners, not able to see anybody, but with the verticality play up top, let's see what's going to happen. But peeking around this corner, Flag is bound to get into a fight, and Faults is going to go down. The diffuser currently, he tried to pick it up, but Shala's going to catch with the Alda. 5, 5, 6, 7 seconds left to go. Shala knows exactly where he is, and that's going to be it. Another headshot for Shala. Space Station slowly climbing back up that ladder, trying to make it a tied game. Attempt numbers are going to have to bring back that early map magic that we saw earlier on.
The good news is now they realized, again, the issues that plagued them on games, so they're just not going to go back to it. And that's honestly the only site they've lost on so far, to be fair.
Yeah.
The other 2 sites they've tried, they've won. So if that's going to remain the case, then this is very likely going to end up 3-3 at halftime. But let's see if attempt number can try one last time to get access to this site.
Take a look at the operators, going to trophy and statuary, of course. Bandit, Maestro, Legion, Smoking Jaeger. Fultz on Smoke makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Fultz going to Space Station Gaming, it was intriguing to watch because he's been one of the most versatile picks when it comes to different operators for this roster. He's fit into every single role. And as Lycan said in that interview, he said, hey, you know, we went through a few role changes. Stokes said it on the podcast as well, to where Space Station, they've been changing faces in roles, and it's starting to look like it's working for him at the moment. Fultz currently 6-4. He was a guy who did extremely well at the Allied Minor, excuse me, getting a little tongue-tied. And, you know, a lot of people gave him a lot of slack when Space Station started losing. They're like, hey, what's the easiest thing to do? Blame the new guy. But Fultz, he took the punches to the chin, got back up, and he's proving it to the world that he's not the issue. He's here to make Space Station Gaming even better. So let's see if he continues on playing extremely well. But also the story is now 8-3. Carlito has been 0-3 since his first 8 kills.
So this is going to be Space Station's attempt to equalize the scoreline and leave a good opening for them to try and swing back on the attacking side of things. For attempt number, their attack is going to start once again from the office side of things. They will, same as before, have to deal with quite a bit of resistance coming from the Aviation Games side. And that's where they got tripped up quite a bit the last time they attempted to attack this site. Same issues could plague them here. So the pop over the top, the trip still goes off. The nade, ADS, I believe. So it's not going to explode. Nope. Even Rampy was like unsure of that for a second. So it's like, it's gone, right?
I feel like Space Station Gaming, they just practice when it comes to this bandit trick because they're absolutely perfect at it. But Rampy's going to be all by his nose from behind bar, and they're trying hard to get in there. And the fact is, they were able to get the breach off. So Rampy's going to back up momentarily. The drone is coming in to find him. And there goes the aggression from Benji. He's going to wrap around and see if he can go ahead and catch Rampy on the side. But peeking through the door, Bosco. He's going to take out Carlito once more. 0-4 since going 8-0. So the hot hand has been put to bed. And Flat currently in hallway. There's a player on the stairs. He's not sure, but now you got to peek at the top of the head. He's able to miss the headshot, but he's going to stay put. See if he can go ahead and finish up that kill. Almost killing his teammate. Prompted. Jesus.
Near disasters. He was literally like 2 pixels off that guy's head.
Jeez.
Prompted's going to be able to finish off Rampy in the corner, so it confirms that trade from a few seconds ago. Now back down into a 4v4. Not really a lot of positioning for attempt number to play with, though. That's going to be the big issue as you get into the late round here. Yes, all right, they clear out Aviation Games. That's not the site we're on anymore. They got to work their way to the other side of the building still, and they don't have a whole lot of real estate to do it with.
In Space Station, they were playing at a really slow pace. The one thing that attempt had on them was, you know, they were fast. They were aggressive. They were running in without droning much, and they were able to rack up a ton of kills. Now that that play style fizzled out, and they're having to play Space Station's type of play style, you're playing the slow, playing the right, textbook gameplay a little bit, you know, behind Fultz and the rest of the crew. They're not looking too hot. The comeback is coming in with that window going down. He barely missed getting headshot.
Still slow pushes here from attempt number, trying to look for any opportunity they can get to open up the sights. Not working out though. Bosco thinking both getting kills. One's got to get hit by an air jab, but it's pretty detached from any fight since Nomad was just killed, so won't lead to much. Down to just Benji along with their Hibana. One's going to get tagged up, and there you go. Thinking Inshallah pick up those last 2 kills after Benji trades 1, and that is the end of it. Space Station tie us up now at 3-3 as we enter the second half.
So it's pretty interesting. Taking a look at the stats of this map is defense-sided. It's defense-sided. In Space Station, they split going against Attempt. Attempt did extremely well on attack, which helped them win those rounds. This unexpected aggression coming from everybody on the team attacking as a unit. Now that the sides are flipped, I mean, I want to see how that play style is going to work for Attempt. Are they going to continue on, you know, aggressive roam, aggressive gunplay that's going to put them out on top to pretty much outslay Space Station Gaming? Or, you know, are they going to try to adapt a little bit to the slower play style that SSG is forcing them to have? And Pulse is going to come in for Prompted, so he's going to be essential, especially with no IQ in play. But I believe a Ying was chosen as well. We haven't seen a lot of Ying lately. And with Rampy being on Ying, that's interesting and pretty damn scary.
First time I've seen Ying in a couple weeks, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, like, even the minor, I didn't even see her get
I
picked
haven't
that
seen her
much.
in months, to be honest,
Yeah.
in competitive play.
Been a few operators like that, you know, even Blackbeard to a certain extent, kind of out of the meta right now, although we still see him pop every once in a while. But Ying just kind of dropped off a cliff for some reason, so.
Yeah, she did get a little nerf, and Capital got a buff, so pretty much players were swapping out Ying for Capital when it came to clearing out rooms. Especially when it came to her nerf, I believe that if you hold the Candela, I wonder if I'm saying it right, if you hold that down longer now, you have to hold it until all three of the lights flick off, and then they'll explode immediately once you throw it, which it burns a lot of time whenever you're trying to attack a side. And with the immediate run out, Flack almost, he got half the health off of Nomad. So, hey, Foes is hurt, but he missed the kill. But, hey, something's better than nothing.
He's got to do the run of shame back to
The run of shame. Guys, I didn't get the spawn peak.
Guys, I didn't get the spawn pick. I did some damage, though. Nomad's lit, 50 HP.
She's one shot, yo.
One shot, one shot.
That's what they always say.
One shot, 80 HP. I mean, technically, any shot's a one shot if it hits the head, so.
Pretty much, yeah. You know what? He barely whipped a headshot on, I believe it was probably like the fourth shot, because the recoil he couldn't handle. Even though the recoil isn't that bad on Maestro, Flack was slacking.
It gets a little more uncontrollable at range. That's the problem with it. So.
True. All right, so Bosco is able to see a roamer. So that intel is going to be valuable. There's going to be one on astronomy stairs as well. And there goes Rampy, moving in immediately. He's going to get Carlito. He's going to get taken out the game. The man who the first 2 rounds for Carlito went Carlito's way. After that, he's pretty much been a non-factor. He's been the first death on his team, and it's starting to hurt them a lot. It's Spacestation Gaming. They're starting to rally back, making a comeback now with the tied game.
He's been easy there, prompted right on top of Bosco, so bye-bye to the Zofia. Yeah, I mean, Carlito's been the first death for, I think, like 4 or 5 rounds
he has been
consistently now.
Yeah.
So he is literally just getting targeted every single round. Still can't tell if it's intentional or not, but he is getting targeted every single round, and it's working to just delete him from the server. He's got to be really frustrated right now, actually.
It's like he wasted all of his energy to win those first 2 rounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it just has to stink, like, being in that position as a player, right? And it's like you just can't do anything.
Stay back.
Yeah.
You try everything. You try, like, different operators. Well, maybe not different operators, but you try, like, different bathings and things like that, and still you just get destroyed.
Yes, and then your pace changes, and then you start to question your ability to play like you did the first 2 rounds. So you really have to question what's going on in his head at this moment, because when you start off 8-0 and then you die the next 4 rounds as the first blood, you're like, okay, what's going on? I can do this. I did this. Why am I not, going off anymore? It starts to mess with you a little bit. But Benji has definitely stepped up big for his team. He's going to be the one that takes out Rampy. One of the playmakers, and Flack with the nice peek. He's going to get Fos out the game as well. So 2 great players for SSG are going to go down. And there goes Thinking.
Thinking again, coming into the play here when he's needed. Bring Space Station back into the fold, only to a certain extent, though. Still in a 2v3 at the end of the day, so they're still in a bit of a tough situation. Considering they are now on the attack. One of them brought down incredibly low, but he does survive the engagement. Flack also able to pick up another one. Chala with the trade. He's only got 10 seconds left, though, to make this play happen. He has been spotted trying to push him from 90. He's got to crawl in through that hole right there, which I don't even know if he can do it with the way that it's blown. Yeah, not going to happen. He's back at 90. Time's going to run up well before he gets a chance to even die. So attempt number, pick up the opening round, their defensive half.
And we're going to have to give credit to Flack, big time. Flack, I believe, got a 3K that round. The angle that he was holding was just, you couldn't contest it at all. The Aldo 556 pointed at you. He made sure he held down that line, and he won every gun fight outright. There was no challenge to that. And attempt numbers, they got to be thankful for that. Benji stepping in big to win that round as well. Oh, man. Carlito, you're going to have to pick things up. He's going to be on Legion, so a little bit of freedom, a little bit of roaming experience coming his way. He's going to have some freedom as long as he doesn't get tracked down early from drones to make a difference once more. His attempt number will go ahead and take the lead once again.
And with the lead, it's time to see if they can keep it this time. Started to fall by the wayside a little bit towards the later end of their attacking half, and now time to see if they can once again continue to push ahead. So SSG, and maybe if they complete another upset here. It's been the East Coast where all the upsets have been happening.
You know what, man? So as I look deep into stats and whatnot to, you know, research maps, a lot of people talk about, you know, which maps are defensive sided, which maps are, you know, attack sided and whatnot, which I think the majority are defensive sided. You start to question, does it have to do with operators, just matchups between the teams, the play styles, because there's a lot of different factors that come in, and the way that we see Attempt go ahead and take the lead when it came to attack with their aggressive play style and whatnot is actually an interesting thing that I feel like should really be looked into. You know, so a lot of people just aren't running out there saying, oh, this is defense-sided. We've seen the opposite lately. I believe last time we saw Villa being played on, you know, a tier 1 level, it was the same way as well. On the attack, the attacking team was they were getting most of the wins. I don't know, it's just interesting.
There's room for a lot of that to be based on like the individual teams as well.
I agree.
Is a thing, and I think overall teams feel a little bit more comfortable when they're like just getting formed on their attacking side, from what I've seen. So.
Yes.
A bit of a slow start here once again as well for SSG. So they're still building up to work their way to the inside. It's going to be Trophy Statuary. They attack this time. Prompted, though.
There we go.
Getting up against that peak by Mudroom. Is going to be able to take out Bosco. Strikes first against SSG.
So Bosco going down. Sophia's out of play. And tracking the drone is going to finally be able to go ahead and get that shot. But with Sophia out of play, I mean, her... Oh. Okay. Prompted. He's going to be able to hunt this guy down if he plays his cards right. He has Benji along there with him. The question is, are they going to be patient or aggressive? The ping comes through. The intel's been gathered, but also the drones have been shut out. So the intel is going to be taken away from SSG, and it's going to be all about execution. The intel is going to be all on the attempted side at the moment. We're currently trying to peek this. You hear some Candelas going off, so that means the Ying is going to come into play. As Prompted is going to be able to get the C4 kill. Folks is going to get taken out early, leaving Attempt in a big lead, and Benji gets the double kill, thinking Nathan Rampy doinked on the head. And it's going to be all up to Shala in a 1v5.
Chala rotate back outside before he attempts to work his way back in first. It's up on the roof right now, so might be trying to... Oh, I was going to say, don't know what he's doing, to be honest.
He's going to make them wait this whole minute. He's like, listen.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Talk strats. Talk strats. He uses time to talk strats. You guys are obviously struggling. The way this round is going, you know, it's going to be a flawless victory for Attempt. What's going wrong? You know, let's change things up.
I don't know if Siege is a name for this sort of thing, but this had a name in Counter-Strike. It was called the Existence Pause.
Yeah.
Because a French player used to do this all the time, where if they knew they lost a round, especially on T side, they would basically just do this.
Do a front flip. Okay.
Yeah, they would sit back. They would just sit in a spot where like they can't kill us, right? If they push us, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
But they can't like so they can't force the round timer to end. And we can just sit back. We can talk strats, and that's pretty much exactly what they probably did right there.
Yeah. And then you saw Shala go ahead and face dive into the floor. His character isn't athletic like, the Doc himself, so he didn't do a flip.
I don't know, that skin's got like the trainers on and stuff, doesn't it?
I know, right?
Yeah.
But there you have it, 5-3. Another upset story on USN. We're going to find out soon, but with Mozzie in play, Benji's going to... Okay, Benji on Alibi is something I love. I love it. Allow Benji to be aggressive, allow him to have a gun that has an extremely high rate of fire and is really good from mid and close range. He's going to be extremely valuable when it comes to picking off players from SSG. So, let's see what's going to happen here.
Let's see if the pseudo pause round there for SSG is going to be enough to bring them back into the game. They've only got 2 more losses here that they can take. Otherwise, it's attempt numbers map and spot in the closed Eastern qualifiers coming up in just a few weeks' time. Towards the end of July, beginning of August.
I'm telling you, man, these CL level teams and whatnot, they're giving it to these tier 1 squads. And I saw a tweet coming from somebody, I believe from Dark Zero or whatnot, saying USN is a curse for us, man. We can't make it. They're going against all this new competition that they don't have a lot of time scrimming against and not a lot of preparation against, and they're falling short. And it's odd to see, but it makes complete sense when you sit back and think about it. The difference in playstyle, the difference in strategy, the new looks that these guys aren't used to seeing every day. They're used to seeing a certain type of gameplay, but something else gets thrown their way, it throws them on their heels, and it's different. So, Let's see who's going to come out on top. And let's see if Carlito's going to get another kill in this map.
No, what a wild turn of events for him, right? Like, he's still probably pretty close.
And he's on top.
Yeah, he's still probably, he's pretty close to, if not on top for his team, despite that.
I think I jinxed him. I said, yeah, he's going to not get a kill for the rest of the game and still be on top. And now look what's happening.
He's just sitting in the back dying every round in like support mode, just being like, guys, what are you doing?
50% health.
I only played 2 rounds and I'm still on top of you.
All right. So here we are. Down to just about 2 minutes to go, and the pulse is going to be in play. Benji. A few holograms thrown towards the window, so if a pre-fire comes in, you'll be able to track a few players, and Rampy is going to be on this shot drone. Let's see who's going to go ahead and call out. A little bit of some reconstruction, remodeling going on inside the home as you see a frag blow open a rotation hole.
I think it in some of the others.
Chat, I hope you guys are loving these games as much as I am. Me and Blue, we're having a blast, man. I love you guys. This is really fun. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you're good, man. So we've got SSG working their way in. They're going to take quick control of Master Bathroom, waltzing their way through right into Astronomy as well. A lot of control being taken here, and also, what is this battle?
Yeah, Foes is tracking down the Pulse.
Does the Pulse even know he's being like shot at right now?
Well, after he emptied a whole clip behind him, I mean, he should know. No, he's still on it. He has no idea. Put the scanner down, Flack.
He's like, oh wait, someone.
Flack, the moment he puts it away, he gets hit. Like, he's oblivious to the road, and they miss every shot.
It's not even the IQ that gets the kill either. It's
No.
Twitch. So, what an anticlimactic ending to that play.
He's on his tablet, and he's oblivious to the road. Like, la, 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 shots flying all around him. The moment he puts it away and starts to pay attention, he gets killed.
Nice from Rampy. Going to continue to play top down here, picking up a second kill from the second floor. This time it's Lamon that goes down. Brings us into a 5v3 for SSG. Seems the slower take is working out really well for them, but for some reason there's a lot less roaming presence, at least upstairs here, for attempt number on this round. They're just being destroyed because of it.
And they're going to the same place and dying against the same guy. Rampy has killed too many people looking through that floor. He was able to open up with the breach, and Bosco is going to get the last kill in yet a flawless round for Spacestation Gaming. I guess the tactical timeout when Chalo was left alive, it worked. Tied game.
Timeout with air quotes around it.
Right.
Yeah.
Before he showed us his acrobatic.
Yeah, before he did a flip off the roof. So into the next round we go. Looks like we've got Aviator unlocked once again for attempt number to use. They're going to head back over here. Operator lineup's going to remain relatively similar to what they used the last time they were on this site. As a result of that, attacking lineup also going to be pretty much identical.
All right.
So
one player, yeah, we talked a lot about Prompted, Carlito, Flag, Benji. Lamon has been incredibly quiet lately. I don't even care what the stats say for him. But what we saw from him the first time around when they played today, he was a playmaker. And he had a lot of clutch rounds, and he did a great job holding down sights. He had great opportunities to really stand out. This time around, we haven't seen much of that. I'm not saying he's doing bad. Okay. He has a French fry. Lamon has a French fry, but I'm not going to say, he's bad or he's doing bad. I just feel like he can do better. He can do better. And from what we saw the first game, the first series of the day, to me, he really stood out. He had a great plays, great clutches, and, his team is winning. And he's not having, the hottest time right now. Imagine if he actually picks it up. The game could just be well out of SSG's hands.
We saw better from him, too. That's the thing. So expect a little bit more, especially on Smoke. That's where he made most of the impact back on the Border game. Yeah, I think it was Border.
SSG, if they wind up losing this, they still have a chance to win, only down by 1 round. It's extremely winnable, by the way. But, this is a really big back-and-forth matchup. Them having issues right now is still part of the growing pains, man. Just getting better. And they know they have the time to right the ship, so to say. And they have a lot of fans out there that really believe in them. And Thinking Nate joining out steady currently. He's going to find out that there's one person on 90 and another person to his left on the stairs if he turns his drone around. And there it goes. So now with the intel being gathered, let's see how SSG are going to go ahead and attack. Oh, look at Rampy. Sneaky.
Do it.
Sneaky. Shock him.
Kneecap him.
Smack the booty. He did it. He did it. Yes. The twist throw. Was it worth it, though? Was it worth
The
it?
urge was too great.
Was it worth it?
There was an opportunity, had to take it.
This is around Carlito gets another kill.
Is it?
I call it.
All
I
right.
cast a curse and I'm going to undo the curse.
Your eyes glued to that kill feed then.
Yes.
It's usually when he gets kills, they swing by fast. So we'll see. Flak's going to make an aggressive push in the meanwhile. Try to get a little bit more control over towards 90. Drone will go into the open, thinking nade. Panic Fultz.
Wow.
Not this round. Fultz is going to knock out Carlito
What?
and prompted. Bringing us down into another 5v3.
Such a great play from Fultz. Standout player so far this matchup. He was able to get a 2K. Rampy with yet another shot drone. Getting rid of a few ADSs as he moves his way into the site. There he goes. The Evil Eye has been dispatched. Great utility play from Rampy, by the way. I mean, that was a big play, but ooh, leaning out, Benji is able to get it down. He cleans up the kill on Bosco. It's going to be another player that peeks out to try to get the refrag, but Benji isn't going to give him the time of day. Bashala is going to take things into his own hand. It's SSG. They're starting to be a little bit more aggressive. Benji's out the game. Peeking down this hallway. Flat. He would have seen somebody in that doorway if he stayed peeking.
Still going to see this continue to broil down. SSG starting to run a little bit low on time, but their patience is paid off. Flak makes an aggressive push. Lamon also goes out in the open. Fultz and Shala clean it up. And it's SSG to tie us now at 5-5.
They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose.
They're not getting upset.
No. What we're seeing from SSG, they didn't expect the aggressive gameplay earlier on in the map. They fell fast because of it. After a little tactical timeout and learning from a few losses, we're starting to see more lopsided wins coming from them. A few flawless victories, and that's scary. When a team is able to win with a flawless victory, or 4 players left alive, it's showing that everything is working in their favor. They're doing everything right. And Fultz has been he's been in the front lines. Him with Jacko getting that 2K, peeking up, getting that double kill. He's not afraid to challenge anybody on this roster, and yeah. By the way, did Carlito get a kill? Marcy.
Nope.
He did. Dang it.
He died. He got pushed by, I think it was Bosco, if I remember.
So this is a reverse. Carlito started off the game 8-0, and now he's trying to go currently 0-7. If he happens to be first blood, which he probably racked up the biggest number on when it came to his team, then that's rough, man. He hasn't been able to get comfortable ever since he died for the first time this map.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's see if Carlito can swing us back. Otherwise,
I have no idea which way this game is going to go, Blue.
yeah, I mean, it's really on a temp number now, right? Like the ball's in their court to make some change-ups.
I agree.
Because it definitely seems like SSG has figured out the game. They're playing a lot slower. They're I think they've realized that a temp number are a little aggressive, so they're waiting for them to make mistakes, and they often do. And then on top of that, they're able to utilize those mistakes to get a lot of map control, and then usually have like a pretty decent man advantage when it comes to pushing the site. That or just end up with the better positions in that situation.
I agree. So a few C4s currently being placed to stop the run now. So it's something that we haven't seen much of. Attempt was the only team. Yeah, Attempt. They tried that the first round on defense. I believe they haven't done it since then. But more Twitch play coming from Rampy. This operator has been extremely useful in his hands. Folks going to be on Jacko once more. Why take him off of it when he's been just a phenomenal, outstanding entry fragger for this team. Just versatile in every sense of the word. Let's see if SSG can go ahead and take the lead once more. They've been battling from behind the majority of this map. If they go ahead and get a comfortable lead and hang on to it, then no. If they go ahead and win this, it'll be match point. But Benji's going to be the first one to take Rampy out the game. But the refrag is going to come as Bosco's going to get the best of Benji. With the ghoul mine going down the hallway, the gameplay is going to slow down a little bit more now.
Minute and a half left. SSG going a little bit slower in terms of the progress they're actually making when compared to some of the previous rounds they've played into here. But still, a lot of time overall considering they're only attacking aviation games. They're trying to pop open a wall into games right now. See how successful that attempt will be in a second here. Besides that, just trying to get a bit of a lay of the land for what the setup looks like on a temp number and how they can try to successfully counter this back out.
All right. Oh, great drone work by Space Station, by the way.
Oh, this is an easy run-in and kill right here.
Yeah.
At least it looks like it.
Oh, just walk in, shoot him in the back.
They did some good damage to him, but he got out of the way in time.
Yeah.
So he's going to get stimmed back up to 100 HP by their dock. Now, again, SSG coming up a little flat here. Regards to finding that key entry killer, too, they need to get into the site. And they're running really low on time in order to make it happen here. 38 seconds, still no sign of the execute happening anytime soon. It's going to start to get drastic for these guys. Fultz start to make some forward momentum. Flack's going to be able to pick up the next frag here as he holds the push against 90. And again, SSG just have nothing to work with in this round. Bosco able to find Flack. They're trading. It's just a matter of, is it quick enough here? And it's not really looking like it.
All right, there you have it. Prompted, able to pick up yet another kill. Attempt number. They're going to go up to match point. They start off hot. They're looking to end the game hot. 10 seconds left to go. With the smoke grenade coming in from Post. Both of them, by the way. Prompted peeks out. And Carlito gets a kill and attempt their own map point. This is it. Attempt.
He's back.
One more round. Carlito's back. Carlito's back.
The man is back.
Let's do it.
He's ready to 5K again.
Yes.
Let's see if he can do it. Let's get an ace to finish off the game, you know?
But once again, Space Station Gaming is rough. It's rough. They have to be perfect. They have to win 2 rounds in a row. This is it. So, operators currently locked in. Folks going to be on Dakabi. Habana's going to be Don Bachala. Barampi on Twitch is an obviously smart decision. This could be their last round.
Let's see if it's going to be the case. Prompted still figuring out where he wants to take that 6 pick. He's on Pulse for a large majority of the time. He's used it in this round. Well, it's going to be no different. Back on to Pulse for it. Legion still going to be where we'll see Carlito play into, of course. So he'll probably have the most effective this late round, depending on how aggressive he is. But overall, we haven't been that aggressive. Attempt number's been a lot more passive since we had that kind of pseudo pause on the top of the roof a few rounds back. We've seen them kind of pull back a lot of their players here. So. And that's in response to Space Station picking up their own series of rounds.
You know what, Blue? We're gonna need another pseudo pause, because right now it's like 5:30 a.m. over here, and my heart's beating out of my chest. Space Station Gaming, they have me nervous, being down 5-6, but Attempt, they have me excited. Like, I'm so bent right now. I don't know, like, if I was a fan in this matchup, I wouldn't want to, I don't know who I would root for, man. It's phenomenal gameplay coming in left and right, and this is it. It's bittersweet. Attempt numbers win. You see Benji, you know, finally win for, you know, this year's of USN during the stream. He's going to move on along with Carlito and co. But, you know, if Space Station loses, it's like, all right, you know, back to the drawing board. Always have a motto to where it's like, you know, losing is the best teacher.
So the skins are not allowed, just to clarify, as far as I'm aware.
Oh.
So I don't know how that's managed at this point.
Who?
I think it's
Flat? No.
yeah, it's right there.
Look, Marcy's snitching right now.
Kaid has it. I mean, they just called it out in the chat, so
Marcy's like, no.
yeah. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to be handled at all.
You should just boot him from the game.
I just wanted to bring clarity to that, and then we'll update once we know if anything will change on that. And there we go. I guess that's what's changing.
It's juicy now.
Carlito got another kill.
Carlito got a kill. Chat, it is time to celebrate. But the logic bombs are going to go off. The roamers are going to, you know, they're going to have that vibration coming from their cell phone. So that audio cue is going to be extremely vital. I almost messed up saying extremely. But here it goes.
That's really
Space Station Gaming, they've been given a gift, and folks is going to act on it. Now it's going to be a 5v3 with more than 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this round.
A lot of those goo mines going to block off the entry into Statue. SSG, of course, already started things out with technically 2 kills in their favor. One is a technicality kill. Either way, let's whip them ahead. Oh, and also Rampy's I think, gonna get caught on drone right there. Benji just walks his way into a kill. That brings us back 3v4. Not out of it yet by any stretch.
All right, there he goes. Some stuns going in. It's not going to be successful. That was used to burn the ADS. Oh, 3 Gumais in his doorway. They've all been shot out. At least spread them out a little bit so they have a hard time finding them. But now, it's going to be all of the gunplay. As Carlito's going to go ahead and peek in the bedroom. He wants it. But he's unsure of himself at the moment. He's going to back up. He's not going to risk his life. They're in match point. Yet down by numbers. Space Station Gaming Just trying to get a lot of real estate coming in the bedroom, so to say. But Chala is unable to get the kill, but Carlito is still testing him, throwing out yet another goo mine.
Smoke gas grenade going to start imploding here. We're down to the limit of time where he can just throw those out if he had all 3 of them. But he has used another one earlier on in the round, or actually it looks like he had to use it on a separate angle. Phone call, second one now has gone, and that'll be the last one. Lamon with a spot up on top of the trophy desk. Picks up a first. Benji with a second. Benji going for another one, but no. Thinking Nade's going to get the better of him. Carlito trades on a fault, however, and now we're in the 2v1. Thinking Nade, a 1v2 set against him. 15 seconds left to clutch it back out. Lamon and Carlito looking to shut things down for a temp number, and they can do it right here, right now. Another potential upset, and we've got it. Carlito with the last kill. A temp number going to take out Space Station Gaming and take a spot in the Eastern Conference Stage 2 qualifiers.
How am I supposed to feel right now? I'm happy and I'm sad. Like, okay. So, by the way, I just got word from the producer that that last round will be replayed because of the illegal skin. The game was supposed to be restarted, but the team kill happened. Pretty unfortunate for an attempted number. They went ahead and won a round, but that's not going to count. We're going to wipe that off the board. If I'm Will Smith, I'm in black, you know, take a look and yeah. So with that being said, I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Space Station are going to have another try at this.
No, actually.
Wait.
Space Station are going to get the round.
Oh, they're going to get the, oh, it's 6-6.
Yeah.
So you lose the round.
So Space Station are being gifted that round as a result of a rule violation by attempt number. As in case you guys missed it there at the beginning of the round, we had him on screen for quite a few seconds. Kaid was using a Wind Bastion skin, which are currently banned from competitive play by Ubisoft. So, as a result of that, they're being penalized 1 round. We're going to go back into the game with a rehost in just a second. We probably have to corral the players back in because obviously I would assume that not all of them got that message. They kind of came up with their own solution, which was not the official solution. So, we're going to get all those players back into the server. Restart the game at 6-6. So essentially we'll just play another 3-round match to decide the winner.
Yeah, so this is it, overtime. This is my thing. If you play competitively in Rainbow Six Siege, don't even use the skin. Don't even get used to using the skin. Even buy this. Why even buy the skin? Like, erase it if you can.
You can still use it like ranked and stuff. So.
Well, it's just get in the habit of not doing it because stuff like this happens and it could cost you a spot.
Listen,
you know, to compete for land.
I want my diamond charm.
True.
Yeah.
So it's
serious business down there.
It's unfortunate. And so now with that happening, oh, close up, what's up, chat? So now with that happening, what if you lose the first round coming out of that? We all saw what happened mentally to Carlito after he went 8-0 and started dying. We all saw that mess him up, you know, his mentality coming into the next rounds. He just wasn't himself. What if he loses next round and SSG, they get the upper hand? That could be it for you. You could lose 2 straight. That sucks. Kaid, why?
Very unfortunate, especially after winning the 4v5, but it is how the rules are played, folks. So, we're just working on getting everybody back into the server, and then we're going to continue on with the action here. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long, but like I said, it might take a few extra seconds here, since like I said, it's a bit of a weird circumstance as it happened in the last round. Technically they won, but that's not the way it's actually being played out because yeah, we couldn't get them a message in the middle of the round as far as them were to get that rehost rolling, so they just played it out on their own. Into some highlights, though. We got quite a few of them. Carlito, of course, starting this off. So, like, this is literally all going to be Carlito, by the way, for the first, like, 20 seconds of it.
Yes.
And then you won't see him again for the next, like, 2 minutes.
You won't see him, period. That's it.
He got 1 kill, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
Technically 2. But
yeah, this was insane. Okay, when I was watching this, I was like, okay, there's no shot Carlito clutches this in the 1v2. They're playing patient. Carlito was able to go prone, get the kill, and this happened. Like, thinking they got shot and hit the Harlem Shake. That was so unfortunate. And then this 3K was just wild.
Another one for man. Look at this. Pushes in, catches a player, mid C4 toss.
Stop it.
He's got the corner already positioned for Fultz to find him. Great stuff from
family.
Carlito. Really set his lead ahead at the start of the game, but unfortunately wouldn't see much of him for the next, 7 or 8 rounds. He went incredibly quiet after that. It wasn't until the second to last round of the match there that we actually saw him get another kill.
How often do you see something like that, though? Seriously, in anything
Pretty
out
rare.
there, like I've never seen somebody start off 8-0 and then go like 0-8. He wanted to even. It's like Thanos, perfectly balanced. He was too
All
OP.
things should be.
Yeah, exactly. He had to balance himself, man.
It's
rough.
He just got a quick, like, 6-round nerf.
And even during Carlito's absence, it was Benji who really did extremely well. And it's unfortunate. It's like us not being able to see Kobe and LeBron play in the finals. We haven't been able to see Benji and Carlito go off at the same time. But on the other end, we've seen Fultz and Rampy, or Thinking Nate and Bosco, just have dynamic rounds together.
Great example to play for
Look at
Benji.
this. That's a highlight? Yes.
Well, I mean, he jumped from a high distance.
I love ESL. Best production in A. Well, EU.
Some great top-down play had on this round here, too, from Rampy. Really changed up the dynamic of it. Made it a very easy take for the rest of his team. A quick closeout for those guys as well. So they were able to take control of that one, and that was the tying round for them to bring it back up to right around 5-5, ultimately. Where this would end up going the distance up to 6-5. And then that last round, like we said before, does not count. So it's 6-6 as SSG are defaulted to that round.
Yikes. By the way, just another topic to bring up. For anybody out there that ever wants to point the finger or to blame or to say Fultz isn't the right pickup for Space Station, look at how he's been today. Fultz has been arguably one of the top performers on the team, especially in this series right here. Whenever a big play happens in this map so far, it's Fultz. Fultz getting a 3K the first round, even though Carlito got the best of him to clutch it out. But still, 2Ks after 2Ks, the guy is phenomenal. He's an explosive player, and him and Merc making it to tier 1 teams, it's so well deserved, man.
And hopefully, I think USN is doing a great job right now to highlight a lot more players that are kind of like on the up and up a little bit. So we might
exactly.
It's very possible we might see a few pickups come out of like USN matches or something like that, or at least interest start to develop in a few players.
I feel like we should. So in stage 1, we saw Adam. We saw a little bit of Benji, a lot of Billboard, Vaughn, and other players out there. Shout out to my man Cookies, he was on here as well. But here's stage 2. If consistency wasn't an issue, even if it is an issue, a lot of eyes are still on Carlito because what he's done has been extremely impressive, especially in the first series where he's gotten, 15 to 18 kills. But then you also look at players like Benji, who's also going off. So USN, we're giving you matchups that you wouldn't really see on a bigger stage, and that's a beautiful sight to see.
Very cool to see indeed. It's very cool to see so many teams coming so close to taking out pro league level teams and whatnot as well. So it's a very cool turn of events that we've had here over the past few months now since we've been doing it. And we're going to be here hopefully for the entirety of the USN. So we'll be continuing that coverage all the way towards the beginning of November, obviously, when the regular season, well, even the postseason a little bit ends there as well. That'll just take us to the finals.
All right, just to add some fun and some more drama to what's going on already, I want to know where the finals is going to be. Where's the finals going to be?
We don't know.
ESL higher-ups, my boss and his boss's boss. If you see this, where are the finals going to be?
Where's
the
party
announcement? I know. Vegas was fun. If you didn't go to Vegas, by the way, which was my first Siege event, Vegas was dope. It was in the same theater where
Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller, the Penn and Teller Theater. And
Rio.
Yes. I actually saw a professional photo of the venue, by the way. It was yesterday. And I actually sat there and I was like, okay, that was a beautiful event. The stage was beautiful. I just know that this year is going to be even better. Yeah. So, hey,
also,
keys is soon. We want to know.
Probably one of the coolest after party locations I've been at in a while.
I wasn't there, so.
Oh.
Were you teasing me? Was that
Were you not at the after party?
No, I left early, man.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I had to go to work.
Yeah.
My stupid job. I'm happy I quit it for this.
The after party was on the club on the roof of the casino, so.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Shut up. Say no more.
Like, to be fair, it was kind of cold out, but it was still really cool.
Who cares? So, in case you guys don't know.
I missed this, but apparently people were being given free zipline rides, too.
Okay.
Or the little gondola thing you could ride down.
I don't do that, so hey, good luck, GG. But, so you guys know, my first event ever, I won the contest to be an analyst, and I went to USN, and that's where I work with the wonderful Blue, Stokes, Parker, and everybody else. It was tons of fun, okay? I had to go to work. I lied to my job. I could say this now because I'm not there. I lied to my job. I was like, yeah, I'm sick, whatever. I went to the event. I was like, forget it. Screw it. Rainbow Six Siege over everything. My priorities were straight, obviously. I had to leave early. I had to catch a flight before the championship game ended. And as I left the venue, like I was crying like a big baby, man. It was sad. It sucked. I love the event. I love the people. I'm happy I'm here now, but yeah, I missed the after party. Long story short.
Well, you won't have that issue this year, hopefully.
I quit that job to come here, though. It was the best.
There you go. Hooking them up.
Ooh.
So once again, guys, in case you are wondering what's going on, we are waiting for the rehost to start of our final matchup here of the Eastern Open qualifiers here for Stage 2 of the USN. It's Week 2 qualifiers as well. We are currently just waiting on both SSG and Attempt Number to reconnect to the server. It's actually might take a few more minutes because, like I said, with the way that match ended, it's likely a few players like just went offline real quick, closed their computers off,
Alt F4 to everything.
Away. But no, apparently it's not going to take
1 minute.
that long. So
Chat, trust me. I know you guys are saying, hey, you know, Veli, shut your mouth, Blue, be quiet, start the game. Like we said, if you could start the game, we would. I'd jump on the computer right now, do it. But 1 more minute, we'll get the game started. So thanks for being patient. By the way, if you guys utilize the hashtag R6USN, get into the conversation and whatnot, just throwing it out there. We have our recap shows on Mondays, which are very informal. We talk about anything and everything about the USN program. I know it's pretty confusing to keep up with sometimes because it's so different than everything else that's happening out there. But once you get on track, once you get on board, it's a beautiful program to follow, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun. So that's that.
All right, guys. So, should be just a few seconds away from restarting the match. And like we said before, we'll be tied at 6-6. When we left you, it was 6-5. Technically 7-5 in the favor of the guys from Attempt Number. But that round, that 7th round that they just won because of an illegal skin, they are being deducted of that round, and it's being added over to SSG's pool instead. So it's going to be tied at 6-6. We'll be at the beginning of overtime when we get back into the game. Bans, obviously, and everything else, map, of course, will still be the same exact thing. We're just going to play out those overtime rounds.
Imagine losing to a weapon skin. I mean, a character skin.
You mean, yeah. Camo.
Yeah, you want to wear camo. You want to put on, your fresh fit and everything.
Clearly wasn't that good of camo.
He tried to go in there, dripping, and now look. It's bad.
He's trying to flex.
Right. How do you think this is going to play out? Like, this is a pretty messed up situation if you're on the Attempted Number.
It's going to be a little, even from a mental perspective, it's going to be a little weird because as far as both those teams are concerned, the match was done in their minds, right?
Was.
The pressure's off at that point for both of them. Now it's
we got to go back and win again.
I already closed off the client and everything, I logged off TeamSpeak for the night, so.
It was a fashion that they actually won that round. Spacestation are sitting there like, dummies. How stupid. Y'all would have
Well, no, they DC'd too. That's the thing. They dropped out too. So
jeez.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's probably an effort to corral everyone back here now.
This is too much, man. This is too much.
Gonna pull everyone back to their PCs. Guys, come on. It's not over yet.
USN is playing with my emotions, and that's pretty much most of it. I wonder if Stokes is watching right now. Stokes, if you're in the chat, I miss you a lot.
He's probably asleep.
This is crazy. I don't know. If they lose, though, the chat is gonna erupt. He's not gonna hear the end of it. Period. You made it this far. You beat Space Station Gaming, but you lost because you wanted to wear a camo shirt.
The pressure's back on now, right? Because now they have to beat them twice.
You have to beat them twice.
They already beat them in regulation here. 12 rounds straight. Take them 7-5, and then because of a technicality, it's about that.
Yeah, so now you're going to have to be about that life and win 2 rounds now.
You got to win 2 more.
So overtime works. It's 3 rounds, and you have to win 2 rounds and win. Correct?
Yeah, no unlimited overtime here. That is reserved, as far as I know, entirely for majors and Pro League finals. So,
all right. So, yeah, Blue, how you doing?
Hanging in there, man. How you
Just
chilling out,
Wait for this lobby to start.
Have a good morning?
So far, what time is it?
It's almost 6, I think.
My watch is on East Coast time, and I can't read time, so.
It's 5:50 a.m.
5:50?
Yeah.
What do you want for breakfast? Probably. Yeah, you have to catch a flight.
Probably KFC again, to be honest.
KFC is open 24/7. It's crazy.
Well, not the delivery, but the drive-through is.
Uber Eats isn't 24 hours. Why?
No. I don't know why, actually.
That's weird. Considering
it's like a choose your own hours kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, there probably just isn't enough restaurants open 24/7. I think the only one here that would be open 24/7 is the McDonald's.
KFC.
So
the game has started. Yes.
It's time to go back in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. We got everybody back. We corralled the players back into the server, got them back to their PCs. So it's time to jump into overtime between these two teams.
Let's go.
Let's get into it.
All right. So like I was saying before, Everybody has really had their time this series, except Lamon. Lamon to me is going to have to pick it up, especially now that they're going through this type of controversy. And with the 6 picks coming in, Thatcher is going to get switched to Nomad, and Legion is going to come in for Pulse. Very interesting pick by Prompted, but hopefully it pays off. Another question that's going to be in here is going to be if, we're going to see Carlito step up again. That fiery gameplay is something that is going to be hard to replicate, but we know that that gun skill is always going to be there. So if he's going to be able to come up big time, that is going to be ideal. But this is it. Overtime, you win 2 rounds, you win. That's it.
And the question here is, do the players, most notably attempt number, thrive in this sort of kind of odd environment, or do they fall under it? That's what we need to pay attention to going into this matchup. Are they ready to jump right back in and try to pick up 2 additional rounds on top of the one that they just won against SSG, especially after having the hype from winning there so much. So we will see how this pans out for these guys, but it's going to be interesting regardless.
All right, so let's get things started. And a jump out from Flag. Flag is trying to get loose, and nobody.
Walk of shame.
Yep, the walk of shame. He
Literally no one spawned there.
Shot at the wall. He has 100% accuracy on that wall, though. Great attempt.
That wall's not going to mess with him next round.
He learned his lesson.
He's not running out that way, that's for sure.
Pro spawn peaks, kids. All right.
It's called a pro gamer move.
All right, so Thinking A jumping on the balcony. A little bit of drone work is going to happen, of course, and Bosco's going to shoot off bit by bit a piece of this door to see if he can pick up a shot. But knocking us down, Chala is going to be holding hands with Thinking 8 so far, roaming out steady, making sure that nobody's in there for the clear entry. With the air jab coming in, you're going to make sure that no runout's going to be happening as well.
Bit of an interesting air jab, considering that there's a castle barricade right next to that door right now. But I guess he's assuming like that could get broken down by someone on his team.
Oh, easily.
Called, so.
Or even late game.
Yeah. So it still makes sense. Just a bit odd given the timing of it. More so being set up for the future.
All right, so a little ping here or there. SSG utilizing those drones to get all the intel as possible. With those remote charges coming out from Habana, they're going to open up a few more sites into the site. IQ working her magic down low. She's really not going to find much. Maybe people on drones, a little bit of goo mines, but that's pretty much going to be it. Her slaying ability, with her gun is going to be more valuable in this situation.
Still a bit slow rolling here at this point. Neither team really making a whole lot of progress and trying to line up some kills here, but obviously attempt number, they don't really have to do that. They're sticking nice and close to the site right now. Space Station, meanwhile, actually, has a good amount of penetration leading up to the site. Like a lot of hard breach potentials have already been opened up for them. Got a lot of good intel already built up for them. So this is a good start for SSG. It's all going to come down to the execution, of course, though.
Oh, man. Look at the drone setups. They're gathering so much intel. Rampy shooting out goo mines. So that intel isn't going to be given to Attempted, and they're flooding this site. Toxic cancer is going off. He's wasting him, and now he is currently out. 40 seconds left to go. No more toxic gas that SSG even has to worry about. With the ping attempt, they're going to focus their sights in that area, but nothing's going to come from it. Drones are currently being shot out. Goo mines shot out as well. But now coming in under 30 seconds, this is going to be it. Chala's going to go down, and Benji's going to get a headshot on Bosco. It's going to be a 5v4, technically a 5v3. But Chala going to go ahead and get the refrag. Laymon's going to be out the game. 15 seconds left to go. But Flack, unable to get the double kill. Can this happen? Carlito, his name is going to pop up on the board in attempt. They're going to win the first round of overtime. One more round to go. Can they do it again? It's going to be possible, but Blue is getting close, man. This is it.
Came down to the wire there, but as you would expect, really, at this point in the game. They're going to switch sides, though. That's what's important now as we enter OT.
Oh, boy.
Attempt now to win on attack as well, but had good results there. Even towards the end of the half was still, hit or miss. So there's still a good chance them to shut it down here, and even if not, we'll go to that final round where Attempt's going to be able to jump onto the defense again.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little bit of an easier time. Pretty sure they can go Aviator Games again, too.
Yep, these are the ops. Take a good look at them, because this might be the last time Space Station Gaming sees them tonight. You're going to have to win 2 straight. Attempt one more round. They can afford to lose one, but they're going to have to win the third. It's for all the marbles, all the cookies. It's for everything. This is for all the qualifier for today. And this is going to be a chat. I hope you guys are having fun, man. This has been a blast so far. but Attempt are looking to upset Space Station Gaming. Hopefully, we see Space Station Gaming fight back when we go to the very last round. It'll be a sight to see. We've seen great plays coming from all players on this roster. Thinkinade had some great moments on Clubhouse. Folks has been great all around for both series. We're shooting down the plays. Thinkinade's in a little bit of remodeling. He doesn't like the way that games room looks at the moment.
Got to destroy the expensive stuff.
Exactly. He just doesn't care.
Auto planes are crazy pricey.
Disrespect.
Got to be careful. See what pool tables.
You go on Space Station Gaming, you just ruin people's homes.
People just climbing on the pool tables. Like
no respect.
No regard for scuff marks. That stuff's expensive to repair, dude.
They have no home training. All right, well, ADS is going down, and Evil Eyes as well as Maestro is going to be one of the main defense operators next to Smoke. Keep in mind, Smoke is going to be down by Fultz. He's had a great big play opportunity so far. Space Station, they're going to need it. But now the attack phase is underway.
Flat going to start things off by popping up the window over 90. He's going to wait, of course, just in case the guys from SSG are trying to do anything crazy. Haven't really seen any type of successful run-outs so far in this map. Still can't hurt to be cautious of those types of things. Besides this, though, players going to push their way to the inside of Offit. Just got to burn down the ADSs real quick. I think you got a couple of them potentially in that position there. And the nade, ready to get chucked over the top. Stop any attempt to counter out the trick.
All right, so
see it get popped open.
Were the ADSs burning them? Was it necessary? Like, did they drone it out completely before they did that? I'm not sure. I'm just questioning.
With the nades, or?
Yeah, because those stuns could have come in handy, but I'm gonna just assume that they did drone it out at first, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I would assume they did. Either way, I would guess there's like 2 players with flashbangs of the team, and even if one player used 2 right there should have been still 1 on him and 3 on another player. So
yeah. But with some utility burns happening currently, a few stuns out the way, you still have a little bit of drone play. As Benji is going to play it safe, but there's a player at the bottom of the stairs. If he plays his cards right, he can go ahead and pick off a player early here in this game. EMP currently going down. Nothing much is happening at the moment. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go. But once again, Space Station Gaming, nothing less than perfect gameplay.
So quiet again for being this late into the round. A little over a minute remaining here, and SSG need to hold this off. They're trying to win it just with, pretty much hyper-passive play. And so far, that's worked great. Attempt number don't really know how to thrive in that type of environment. Yeah, that's one of the pitfalls of this attacking side. So they're, again, just hunting for something here that they can utilize. Smoke. Gas grenades are going to start getting tossed out as well into the transition room. That's going to slow things down pretty nicely. And, I mean, he can just continuously throw those now. That's his thing, or comes pretty close to that. Only leaves about a 5-second gap in between each one now.
Yeah, going right now. But the diffuser's currently going down. You definitely hear the sound cue. This already aggressive gameplay is going to come in use. Carlito is going to be the first one on the board right here in this interaction. Thinkinade is out the game, but Folks is going to answer back. Prompted, picking up 1 as well, 4 attempted. Excuse me, 4 attempts. It's going to be a 4v3. Space Station Gaming are down in numbers, but Folks gets a double kill. He's going to get a triple kill. Space Station Gaming, they're going to be able to fight back and get this. But with careful gameplay happening, the diffuser is currently down, and the counter diffuse currently in progress by Ramp. He's going to need 3 seconds left to go. But with the stun coming through, Flack is going to have none of it. Shala's going to get headshotted, and there you have it, Flack getting a double kill. The pistol comes out, and Rampy clutches it up. Pretty sure he's going to go ahead and get this. He's going to come close. Oh, Space Station Gaming pulls it out. Sorry to hog the mic, Blue, but God. Folks went big, and Flack almost turned the round on its head. This is it. The tiebreaker round.
Only had
a
like
must win.
2 more seconds on that diffuse timer as well.
Whew. I yelled way too loud. I'm sorry, chat. I was excited. I genuinely got excited. I couldn't control myself. I'm spinning, yelling. Blue's hands are flying in the air.
Well, to correct myself here, it does look like they can't go back to games room, as that is going to be locked for attempt. They can move their way over to trophy and statuary, which will still work just as well. We need to see, though, if they can close it out here. Came so close to being able to do it there before, but falling just short.
I'm too emotionally attached to this round, man.
If he had wasted like another second or two as well, tried to play it more passively, could have had it, but obviously didn't really have anywhere to run to. Just had to take that fight at the end. He was out of ammo with his primary, over to his sidearm, really tested to his limits, and still nearly did it.
But you know what? He was put in a situation where he didn't know better. There were no drones to give him any type of intel. I mean, it was essentially a 1v3. He ran in, got the double kill, and if it's a 1v3, it's like, okay, I know two guys going to be watching the diffuser right now. No, the diffuser, diffusing the diffuser. And, you know, he's going to be doing his thing. I have to get these 2 kills and immediately go and stop him because he's not going to get up by any chance. I didn't think Rampy was going to get up and stop either because he had 2 seconds left. But Rampy stopped, turned around, got the kill, clutched it out. SSG tied it up, and here we are. Here we are. Match point. You win this, you move on. You lose it, you go home. Let's get it.
All right. Let's get into it here and see who's going to come out on top of this one. Attempt number. Still a chance to upset against SSG even after the strange turn of events from the end of regulation, but SSG also still looking to get the expected closeout on this match, but obviously in a much closer affair than we might have predicted. It's coming down to the wire. This is it. This is the final round. And to start things off, SSG are pretty split up here. Not necessarily trying to take control of one specific area of the map, but leaving quite a few options open for themselves. Need to do roam clear after all, especially with players like Prompted rolling around with that heartbeat sensor.
Yeah, Post isn't going to have an answer to his utility at the moment, but also Folks is going to be on Dockaby, so she's going to be able to ring him out with the logic bombs. It's going to take a lot of smart, calculated gameplay coming from Spacestation Gaming. Once again, both teams are going to have perfect gameplay. But shooting down this door right here, Bosco's going to go ahead and clear this site before they move in towards the exact bomb sites. Slower gameplay, as expected so far. They're pretty much crossing their T's and dotting their I's, make sure they're checking every corner, make sure that no roamer comes up from behind them. And Rampy is going to go ahead and start making this move.
Just going to put down the anti-roam utility back on main stairs. So should hopefully hold off any lurks, specifically from the Pulse or anyone else that's still playing around downstairs here for these guys right now. Twitch drone's going to start to move in to deal with the utility that's inside of the site itself. Little combined drone push here. It's not really going to work out too well. I think the Twitch drone got shot out. It's like Prompted's found a target.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
They lined up for him.
Okay. He missed his chance there.
He hesitated, but the intel is still valuable. He didn't waste a C4. He didn't, rush to do it. But Carlito currently being stunned.
He's waiting for them to line up again, I think.
Yeah. But this type of information is more than valuable. And you hear a bonus charge is currently going off. And yet another stun for Carlitos. Carlitos still in the gunfight, and he's staying strong. But with the peak, Bosco is going to knock Carlito out. That's going to be it for him in this series. And 40 seconds left to go. Now, Blue, we heard the logic bombs.
Logic bomb, first phone call, making its way back in. 35 seconds left for Space Station to complete this execute. They've already got a +1 mana advantage to play off of here. Toxic Babe's going to move him, but it's too late. It's only going to split up the currently attacking players here. Oh, a push from Benji gets absolutely denied. Rampy finding one as well. It's all down on Flack, and he can't get it done. Space Station recover on a flawless round, and they instead will take control of this matchup all the way to the end of OT to finish it off. But they get it 8-7, so SSG are going through into the conference qualifiers in just a few weeks' time. Got the cool animation at the end here, too.
Was it worth it?
Perfect shot.
Was it worth it? You got your character skin off of Fashion Nova and thought you was going to look fly over in astronomy, running around with Kaid. Hey.
There's a price to flexing. And they just paid it.
Yeah, he put on his new outfit, and ESL was like, all right, weird flex, but okay, you're going to lose this round now.
Stepped in mud with the Yeezys.
Space Station Gaming, they're victorious. They will move on to compete in the best of 3 to decide who will go to land here in stage number 2 for the U.S. Nationals, the USN program. And I'm a mess right now.
So that's 2 teams now making it into the East Coast qualifiers that are nearly 2 teams now making it in, as SSG does eventually close out on this one, of course. But 2 teams nearly making it in out of essentially nowhere coming out of this one too, just running into the qualifiers and getting it done. So close for attempt number. I hope we do see them in 2 weeks' time again, as they still have, in my opinion, at least a pretty good chance to make it through into the closed qualifier.
You know what? This is great for both teams. Attempt loss, I care, but they're going to get better because of this. I hope they get better because of this. You know why? The core for this roster, Benji and the rest of them, they picked up 2 new players, and it works. The formula works. It's successful. They lost because of a technicality because, they wanted to wear, a dumb character skin. And, yeah, they paid it. They paid the price for it, but they're going to learn to get better next time. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and move on because coming up next, we have, and, yeah, the producer, I believe you said the MVP. I'm sorry. Oh, the interview's coming. I apologize, Chad. It's like super early, but let's see who's on board. It's going to be Lycan. That was an emotional game. That was scary.
Yeah, it sucks for them, to be honest, but I guess we'll take it.
That was extremely scary. So, speaking of standout players, you look at some teams, and you have players like Carlito and Benji that really stand out. But for you guys, it was everybody. If anybody had a question that doubt the status of Spacestation Gaming being, one of the best teams in NA especially, what do you have to say to them? Set it straight.
I'm not going to set it straight right now. We're making a lot of mistakes. We're, not as good as we should be. So we're working through our problems. We know we have a lot to work on. And these guys pretty much showed that, we're not where we should be. So hats off to them.
Yeah, most definitely. Moving forward, we're going to see you in the best of 3 now. The look on your face, you won, but you're not too happy at all. If there were, let's say, one thing you can name that you guys should definitely work on in order to be a more consistent team, because the slang is there, the skill is obviously there. What is one thing that you guys definitely need to harp on in practice heading up to the next stage?
Big thing is like when we have the vision, not to over peak and wait on the vision to reward you the free kill.
I like that. That was an extremely humble answer. That was amazing. So with that being said, you guys beat out attempt numbers. The technicality did suck, but rules are rules. I don't want to say anything bad about this team because they played their hearts out and they're a phenomenal roster. If you had to say any kind of words to this team moving forward, feel free to share it.
Yeah, I look forward to watching them play. Obviously, they played us really well on that map in particular. I know they kind of had some problems on their border defense side.
Yes.
But you can tell, I know that they're new because they just got rid of Billboard and Vaughn. So they are already good. So yeah, looking forward to watching them play in Challenger League.
All right, so you're not happy with your recent success. Moving on, we expect a much better Space Station Gaming. The rocket ship is starting to get a little bit more fuel in it as we move on closer to the qualifier. So with that being said, all the fans out there, you guys have a huge fan base and the voting shows it. Any last words to close out this USN episode?
Last time I said yay 2 in a row, so this time I'll say yay 2.5 in a row.
There you have it. It is a pleasure as always. I love you guys.
Yeah,
I hope
too,
you guys more success in the future. We'll see you next time.
All right, you too.
So, my takeaways from that interview. Lycan is the best coach anybody could ever have. You know why?
What's that?
If anybody wins that game, oh yeah, we won. We're gonna play in the best of 3 to go to land now. No, Lycan's we really don't deserve that. That was way too close. We know we can do better. We're gonna be better.
Yeah, ultimately
that's hunger.
Ultimately, they got a second chance on a technicality.
They did.
They'll take that for what it is.
Yeah. But you know what?
Respect for that.
That shows that Space Station are not ignorant to what they need to get better with.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, Space Station Gaming will move on. Attempt numbers. Honestly, come back. Come back. Keep the same roster. Come back better next time. Don't use that skin ever again.
Delete it.
Yeah, delete it. And
don't even know if you can do that, but delete it.
We really hope to see you guys soon because that was an amazing, phenomenal match, and we couldn't have asked for a better one.
Yeah, certainly the case. Well, it's time to pick our MVPs in the meanwhile. For me, still drifted over towards Bosco. We were seeing some great stuff from him tonight. Kind of as we always did in terms of the stat performance as well. Obviously, that kind of speaks for itself, and we'll get that on screen here in just a moment. With an 11-9 cost, a little lower than I would have expected coming out of the matchup, but again, it's entry power for him, right? That's where the stats really shined. 4-2, just the fact that he was involved in that much entry as well is a clear indicator that he's a player to watch in that matchup. But the fact that he went, would that be 66% of the time?
Yeah.
Successfully picked up the entry. Still very good stats.
And the entry stats are something that you can't look over. But to me, the MVP, the one and only, man, is your boy Foltz. Foltz You're the truth. You're amazing. Continue on with your success. Continue on getting better. Fultz was a playmaker. He was a playmaker. And the one thing that Space Station Gaming was already, like, one thing that we feared about them was that they have a lot of playmakers already. You add Fultz to the mix, 14-9, 60% calls, 1-0 perfect on entry. They have another playmaker, on their hands. That's great. He's great when it comes to rounding out the team as a whole. I definitely agree with Lycan. There's a lot more that they do need to work on, but they're getting better with time, and it's shown. So that's my pick.
We're going to continue to see how that forms up, of course. I think we can take a look at the team versus team stats as well here. See how things panned out if we have that. But overall, still a very close matchup at the end of the day. SSG, of course, still need to put some work in. But here we go. Here's the team stats. Obviously, kills are going to be a little crazy since we went into OT. But once again, like really close at the end of the day. Opener, again, the big split between these two teams when you look at the stats. And obviously a little bit more in the kill department. But besides that, very, very close.
The opening kills really didn't mean much to me in that match because we saw so many in a round still went the other way.
Yeah.
It was a playmaker paradise. It was a playmaker paradise. And the MVP being Benji and Fultz is well-deserved. Both players play lights out. But my other MVP, if attempt numbers 1, was going to be Carlito. Because I was going to say, it only takes MVP talent to go 8-0 and then 0-8 after that. But still, great play all around, and I'm satisfied. Great gameplay. Love the USA.
Yeah, well, that is going to close out this week's festivities, folks. We do want to thank you very much for tuning in. We will be back on Monday with Inside the USM, but it should be noted there will be no regular season shows next week on Tuesday and Thursday. The next qualifiers will be next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the one afterwards, meaning we will be back on July, I believe,
6.
We'll be back on July 9th.
Yeah, but the qualifiers.
But the qualifiers start on July 6th. So make sure to head over to the website as well at play.r6usnationals.com where you can find all the information you need on how to sign up for that. Besides that, though, once again, thank you guys very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here at the USN.